Hello everyone, welcome back to another interesting episode of Tea Talks Tuesday. So we are back with an interesting episode. Before we go into the session, so we have like few announcements. So we, as a part of
Maybe something happened.
yes, doctor, I'm just checking. Were you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, Mayuri.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, we can start, I guess, doctor.
Okay. You
So
wanted to make some
yeah,
announcements?
yes. So I was just wondering why it is mute. Okay, so as a part of this the season 2, we have done like few different programs for the nutritionists. So the first being this book review. So any of you have published your book or have come across any interesting book related to nutrition, and if you want to present it on Tea Talks Tuesday, you can always reach us. And then the second thing is your journal reading. So any of your articles, any of your studies which are being published in any of the journals, so you even the you can just reach Tea Talks Tuesday, and we are happy to read. We do the journal reading. And the other one is case study. So if you have come across any kind of interesting and challenging or a different case during your during your in any of you either like your, if you're an internship or even you're a nutritionist or dietitian, anywhere, if you have come across any different case, you can always reach Tea Talks Tuesday. We are happy to present your case study. And if you're not able to find any how to go forward in your case, also we can do a expert discussion, and we can arrange an expert discussion, and maybe you can find some solutions. So these are the different patterns that we have planned for this season. So feel free to reach us, teatalks.tuesday@gmail.com, or you can reach us either Dr. Janaki ma'am or myself, Mayuri. We will be happy to present your cases. Yes, moving on to the today's
Let's start.
session. Yeah. Over to
So,
you, Dr.
thank you, Mayuri. And today's session is very special because Mayuri, my
Ma'am, is
co-host.
it live on FBA already?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Just wanted to wish you all the best.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Suresh Garu.
So he's Pitamaha of holistic. Yeah.
Holistic nutrition.
So today is very special. Good evening to all of you, and happy Bakrid who are celebrating today, and happy Bakrid who will be celebrating tomorrow. And then today is special because my co-host for Tea Talks Tuesday, Mayuri, is going to present her case study on uric acid control by using the approach holistic approach. So let me, all of you know about Mayuri, but still, I just want to read out a few lines about Mayuri. Mayuri's started her clinic by name True Diet in 2016, and True Diet is sponsoring this Zoom platform today. After working with several health and wellness organizations, she started this True Diet clinic and I think it is online and also one-on-one clinic
Yes.
as well. Yeah.
Yes.
And she was featured in numerous nutrition awareness campaigns of several print media of Telangana, and also featured in All India Radio and other television channels, including Doordarshan, as health domain expert. She is in top 10 nutritionists of Hyderabad for multiple years and was recognized for her work with several awards and accolades. One of being Sadhana Award by
Dr. Janaki.
Dr. Janaki. I would say by uh, uh, R&D. R&D is recognizing uh, dietitians and nutritionists. We started this last year, a couple of years back in 2020. We started, and I think 2020, 2019 we started, and 2021 every once in 2 years we do this awards, especially for recognizing dietitians and nutritionists. So that will be in January. Anyway, she's one of the youngest nutripreneur, I would say, who was awarded this Sadhana Award. She provided diet care services to several notable film and TV personalities. She has also conducted wellness programs for corporate clients like Infosys, CNT, and Disha, and mm, yeah, and Disha. Currently, she is also co-hosting an online webinar series, Tuesday Tea Talks, that is, you know, which is a unique initiative featuring experts from nutrition and diet fields, and also related healthcare professionals like doctors or physiotherapists or fitness experts. We also feature them as and when required, and as and when the demand comes up. So um today's topic is controlling uric acid by holistic approach, a case study. And Mayuri, over to you. So let us hear.
Thank you, Doctor, for that lovely introduction. And thank you all the participants and audience here for coming, for being here on this show. And as said by Dr. Janaki, today's discussion, case study discussion is high uric acid control in a holistic approach. So I would like to present my session. For any nutritionist, this is like a simple straight case, but let's see what's special about this case. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, I hope everyone are able to see my PPT.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So a holistic approach to control high uric acid, a case study. So going into the details of the case.
So,
So the demographic details of the case is he is a male, 30-year-old male, IT employee, whose education is like he has done his BTech and working for an IT company. He's still single. I mean, he's unmarried, and basically he lives in Hyderabad, but he's a native of East Godavari. So that is like AP, from AP. So the anthropometric measurements are here. His height is 172.5 centimeters, weight is 78 kgs. So BMI is 25.4, which is slightly overweight. And the waist to hip ratio we haven't taken because his major concern was something else. So the fat percentage of this client is 24%. So see, the coming to the complaints. So the chief complaint of his is severe joint pains. So he was having a lot of joint pains, his joint pains in his I mean hands and elbows and knees. He was having severe pain of this, and this was there from almost from 10 months. And he was visiting for the ortho consultations, and he was taking ortho consultations, using medications, and it was getting better. And then again, coming back to the normal again. I mean, going back to the same the pain zone again. So there were multiple visits to ortho even before he came to the diet consultation. So how was it diagnosed? He came to me in the year 2019 in the month of August. Even before that, when he was in 2018, somewhere in mid of June, when he was in Bangalore, where he was working in Bangalore at that point of time, when he started working to the IT companies and all. So he was noticing these pains initially were small pains, any slight pains and all. Probably he thought it could be because of the low physical activity. Whereas when he was in college days, he was a complete fully active kind of student he was. and he has a good relations with his friends and everywhere, and I mean everything was good. But later when he moved into the IT, slowly the obviously the physical activity gets reduced and is more towards the chair, and a little amount of work stress that he was taking. So there was slightly unable to control the work stress. All these things were started, and then the pains were started. And in 2019 it was like slightly more, where it was hurting him a lot, and that's when he started visiting the ortho consultations. So after taking multiple consultations with ortho, he thought, I mean, these are not going to work. I think it's the high time that I have to meet a nutritionist and take a proper care of my diet. That's where he reached out to me. So the 24-hour recall of this client is, so it's again, as he stays away from his family, he used to stay with his flatmates, I mean with his colleagues. And so he used to have like one cup of tea. He used to wake up somewhere around 8:39 in the morning and used to have like cup of tea, and then rush to the office. And he used to have breakfast in the office cafeteria, and he likes pesra to upma. This combination is his favorite. And so he generally have this most of the time. He used to have this pesra to upma breakfast, and puri, bonda, all the other things which are oily deep fried items which are generally available at office. He used to take these. And as he is totally dependent on the office, I mean the outside food, so his lunch was also in the office. And he generally used to like the fried rice, different kinds of fried rice, or he also likes the North Indian varieties. So mostly he used to take North Indian thali, which has like combination of rice, roti, and the different items in the thali like chicken curry. And he's a fan of chicken curry again. So chicken and organ meat was his favorite. So he also used to take a lot of these kind of foods. And evening snacks, IT employees is again, they generally depend on the deep fried foods like bhaji, samosa kind of things. And dinner, he used to have a cook. So for the cook used to come and cook him just a roti. Compulsory roti used to be his dinner, and either it can be a dal or curry. So when we see this, and the as I told you, it's slightly high uric acid. And he enjoys, I mean, every weekends again partying with his friends is something which was there. And he consumes alcohol every weekend, and a kind of no control on his alcohol consumption. So when we see into his dietary patterns, into his lifestyle and his and the kind of alcohol consumption, he says he drinks, and the amount of alcohol he consumes and all, if you see, it's a straight simple case for a nutritionist, that avoiding what we have to do. Most of the nutritionist gets an idea, a broad picture of what to do. And coming to the qualitative analysis, so as I said, he stays with his friends, and there is no no, he doesn't include milk in any form, only curd at times. If he feel likes having, then he have curd. No milk and milk based products. Okay, and no fruits at all. Fruits are like, for him it's like just prasad. If someone gives, then he'll eat. Otherwise there is no fruit at all in his diet. He has never seen fruit post his maybe after his from his BTech. And he generally uses sunflower oil, but how much of it in he doesn't keep account. As I said, he says stays with his friends, so there is no exact count of what he is taking. And he likes chicken, he likes red meat, and he likes all kinds of non-veg. As he is from East Godavari district, I think East Godavari people can connect themselves with sea fish, I mean the fish, the organ meats they consume. So he likes all those non-vegetarians. So eating out is almost daily. As he is a bachelor, so he depends completely on cafeteria food. So every day it's like he's eating out. Stress, anxiety. So as I told you, he consumes alcohol, and with the alcohol, he consumes more of chicken snacks. So which is also one of the concern. I mean, one of the thing which where he was having this high uric acid. So coming to the medical history, So no other medical complications except for the pains that he was having in his joints. So when he came to me, his uric acid levels are 8.6 milligrams per DL. So that was his uric acid level, and this used to reduce at times when he was on medications with ortho visits and all. It used to reduce, but again it used to increase. So but it was most of the times it was on a higher side. So family history, there is no family history of any kind of health issues, not neither the parents nor anyone, as he is a single. There is so coming to his personal and social life. So his hobbies and interests are more into, he is inclined more towards politics. He likes politics, and also he likes watching movies a lot. And he spends most of his time talking to his friends and families, and watching movies on Netflix and YouTube. So this is something which has helped me in giving him the holistic approach again. So ways of unwinding. So he generally, when he isolates himself, and he is a person who tries to find peace in himself. So whenever he feel that he is surrounded with a lot of negativity, or a lot of stress or anything, he just sits alone in his room and isolates himself and try to recharge himself. And smoking alcohol, as I said, every weekend. And his dreams and ambitions are something like make an impact to the society through politics, maybe not attaining a powerful position or something like that, but he wants to get into the politics and serve people. So always aims at changing lives for the better. So these are his aims and ambitions. So the change diet plan. So I have suggested him a change. I've made the changes with in detail, after an in detail consultation of like after almost an hour on 27th of August 2019. So I've made few changes. So coming to those changes, initially, once he wakes up in the morning, the boiled horse gram water soaked overnight, and next day morning, just boil them a little and drinking that, and 5 soaked almonds. And starting, as he has not seen fruit at all in his life, I wanted to include those fruits in his diet. So starting his breakfast with the fruit, a buttermilk or boiled egg, and then not many changes with the regular diet, but adding few fiber and protein to his diet. Have made few corrections, and mid morning lemon water, lunch salad is like I may fiber, as fiber was very less in his diet, so I enforced him to have like salad. If at all he is going for so as he has to depend in cafeteria food, so curd rice is like I've made him must, and along with that the flavored rice. So he generally likes the different kinds of fried rice, so I asked him to choose some flavored rice which is which he can take over from the cafeteria. It can be like it could have been like soya flavored soya pulao or something like that I've given him. So I've given him options of taking that way. And if at all he's going for roti, I've asked him to take it in salad, buttermilk, and then roti combination. And then introducing small frequent meals is very important for this case. So post lunch, I've given him few dry fruits again, and evening snacks, one fruit, and dinner, starting dinner with curd. So he was taking roti and dal already. He's taking a good, nice, like a good roti and dal combination. So I've just added either curd or buttermilk to that. If at all, at times, if you feel like eating rice, he asked me. So I said, you can definitely have rice also, but in 1:1 equal portions. So these are the initial changes which I've made for him. Let's see what happens next. He did not start his diet plan at all after going back. So it took almost more than 15 to 20 days for him to start with the diet. Okay, so he was like, he was delaying it. Let me start next week. Next week, he was just delaying it. Like when I've taken like weekly follow-ups, he was like, sorry, ma'am, I could not follow. Next week, I'll start following it. So from then, after that, these pains have increased a lot. Okay, these pains have increased a lot. And then we had a proper consultation, follow-up again. And then I insisted him to just make the simple changes like, adding fruits and salads and start gradually and slowly. So that's when he started again. So after a month, following the diet plan after a month with the small changes, around 10th of October 2019, his uric acid levels have came down to 6.5 mg per DL. Okay, so ideally, if you go according to the lab reports from 8.6 to 6.5, there is a reduction in uric acid levels. So he was doing good, and uric acid has come down. And if you see, technically, if you see, his pains has to come down. But here the joint pains were not subsiding. So what was lacking over here? So what was happening? So that was the question from him also. So he said, what happened, ma'am? Like my uric acid levels have come down, but still I'm having pains. Why is it so? So that's where my holistic part has come into the play. So the areas to be addressed are, so as we have seen, his diet was not balanced totally, and he's not happy with the current politics. So personal life, when we see, is not happy with the current politics, and that's where his interest is more into. So when we have dissatisfied with his current job, like 50% of it, social health is good, financial status is really good, so he can everything was good from him for that, from that point of view. Coming to psycho-emotional status, so when the deep down the 1 hour consultation, the areas that I've noticed is, the self acceptance was very less, and he used to he's like procrastinate, delaying the things, or that kind of attitude was there. And yes, he was spiritual slightly. So these are the areas that I have noticed in the initial consultations. So with these points, the changes I've suggested a few more changes from then on. So coming to the holistic aspects, he said, like, when I've spent some proper quality time with him, so he during the consultation, he remembered one of his friends saying that gratitude so is something which is very good, but he never followed it. For him, as I said, he procrastinate things. I mean, in the same way, gratitude, I mean, it is not needed for me now, so I'll do it later, something like that. His attitude was totally like that. So but after proper consultation and talking to him for more than an hour or so, then he realized the importance of the gratitude, and how he has to accept the self acceptance which he was missing. So few workouts for self acceptance, and he started understand, I mean, I explained him how to know his body. So these are the different practices which I've suggested him. And coming to the diet, I made it even more little intense by avoiding the alcohol completely. And he himself, he has decided that he will quit the alcohol. So he quit the alcohol and he reduced the organ meat intake totally. And now now the interest towards the diet has increased so much that he started making the home cooked foods with the help of his cook. He was including more of home cooked foods. He made sure that he take his breakfast at home compulsory, and he also he was carrying the lunch along with him. They prepared at home, and his eating outside have come down so drastically that uh, the changes which he started seeing has motivated him to take more of home-based foods. And he avoided all processed foods completely. And as I said, he's a fan of chicken. He used to have a lot of Chinese cuisines in his diet. So he avoided the Chinese cuisine totally. So with these changes, after a month, about in the month of December, his uric acid levels have even come down to 3.4 mg, and his pains have completely, there are no pains at all. So that's the difference that he has seen when he started practicing the holistic principles, conveying gratitude, accepting himself, and appreciating the changes that's happening in his body. So he started understanding what happening in his body actually. He actually seen the change, the shift in his, you know, how the body was responding, and his energy levels have increased a lot. So from here on, even now the till date, even in 2021, another month that we are going to celebrate the 2 years with him. So even now he never complained about the pains, joint pains. He never had this issue of joint pains. And then so from here on, the actual journey has started. And the high uric acid have come down, and no joint pains increase with this increased energy levels, and with increased what I have to say, like more inclined towards the holistic practices. Then he has, when he started practicing the gratitude and self-acceptance, he has seen certain changes happening in his body. So what happened? The joint pains have subsided, but what happened? He was facing now and then frequent viral fevers. In the like post December, in the month of Jan and Feb, he was having 2 times, he had a back-to-back fever kind of thing, which made his body so weak that he was not I mean, it was very weak. And he himself was like, what happened, ma'am? Like, I've been following everything, proper diet, holistic approach, whatever the things that you have suggested, I've been following it. But why my health is going back? I mean, why am I getting these fevers? So that's where the holistic practices, when we start practicing holistic practices, what happens? As one area gets improved, we always have another area throwing up some challenges. So dealing these challenges, universe throws us at different kinds of challenges. So dealing these challenges, learning from these challenges will help us to become a lot more better. So that's where he started working on his immunity. Then with proper dietary changes, again he has gained back his immunity. And from 2020 on, we were always having online consultations with this corona, and his immunity got better. And then in 2020, from the time of lockdown, that's where he wanted to start the weight loss journey. So he was 78 kgs something around, slightly overweight, but he wanted to bring it down to 70 to ideal weight, which is around 70 to 72. He wanted to maintain around that time. But that's where there were no gyms, no nothing. So he was motivated to that extent that he bought all kinds of gym equipments, say it to be dumbbells, bench or press or everything. He turned his flat into a mini gym and started working on himself, and doing the conveying the gratitude and everything was continuing. So he was so motivated that he was following all the dietary changes which were suggested, and he was doing the physical activity in the flat itself, and he started losing weight from there on also. And now he has reached to a point where even if I'm not there, he knows that what kind of food he used to take. So he understood his body so well that, so this kind of nutrition, the kind of nutrition education and the kind of nutrition the close follow-up which we were doing, he started understanding his body, and he was following everything. He follows even everything now, all kinds of nutritional practices. And there so from 78 to he came down to 72 over a period of like 5 to 6 months, 5 to 6 months. And he's so happy now. And the kind of dietary so the food diary, this is how he used to maintain his diet, like morning, whatever, like from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to bed, every he used to make a note of it, how much he has had, and he used to share this Excel sheet with me, and he used to have a close follow-up with me. And the kind of changes he used to make, so this is like, he likes pesaratu, as I said. He started learning how to make a pesaratu. A bachelor who is not even into kitchen at any point of his life, he started taking care of his diet so well. So he was having all kinds of food, and even now he says, ma'am, I'm eating everything. I'm happy. I mean, it's not like that I'm doing something different, but I'm having everything in my diet. I have chicken, you give me chicken, you have given me everything. Just that the organ meats, I understood the importance why I have to reduce the intake of the organ meat and all. So he reduced the consumption of organ meat, but he started including everything, all kinds of foods in his diet in his own style again. So he likes he as I said, like he likes Chinese food. So he was craving for momos in between. Ma'am, I'm craving for momos, should I have or not? I said, yes, you can definitely have, provided if now that you're cooking and I mean, you have a cook along with you. And I said, instead of using maida, you replace it with whole wheat and make a momo out of it and try it. So he was so skeptical. But after, cooking, I mean, after he has done that and he has tasted that, he was so happy. And he was like, oh, ma'am, what have you done to me? And he liked it so much. And like every often now he takes the whole wheat ka momos, either with chicken or soya or anything with the protein rich, and he takes. And he was so motivated that he bought that momo maker, and he started cooking on his own. So he started having good foods in his diet. So just I want to share his transformation. So post after losing weight, this is how he bulked up himself, muscle gain. Unfortunately we could not keep the before peaks, because his area of concern was more of into high uric acid. So this is like after these are like after weight loss and muscles and things, which after gaining a lot of muscle and all. So these are the peaks of the transformation. And yeah, thank you so much. So any questions you can ask me.
It's a wonderful journey. Dr. Suresh has raised a hand.
Yes,
Sir.
doctor. He's gonna. I'm worried now.
Ma'am, this is so wonderful. I mean, as doctors, we write DMRD for uric acid and rheumatoid arthritis.
Right.
And as dietitians, we give diet plans. But you said something unique about holistic approach. I mean, I want to learn holistic nutrition. Where should I go?
Dr. Suresh, you're asking me. You are my guru.
I'll give the address, don't worry. In fact, I asked Dr. Suresh his address, he's not telling me. For some other reason.
Wonderful,
Ma'am,
wonderful
I have, ma'am.
presentation,
I'll
Mayuri.
share with you,
Wonderful
ma'am.
presentation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Really, I mean, the way you presented the case, that is how it is supposed to be presented. Yeah.
Thank you, doctor. So now, I mean, now it's like the association, he says that you're not just a nutritionist for me, ma'am. You are like a God-sent elder sister for me. That's how he says. Sandhya, you wanted to ask something, I guess, right?
No, not me. I have, but I didn't raise my hand yet.
Okay.
I was just listening to doctor.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sandhya.
So that was, as expected, the holistic results were always fruitful at the end. So you have seen the person rather than the disease here also. My question is, normally here in your case, it is very evident that he is non-vegetarian.
Yes.
But most often we see this uric acid levels hiking up and having gout in vegetarians also, though they never touch non-vegetarian.
Right.
So even because we all know that the vegetarian sources doesn't lead to this hike, but most of them are having these uric acid problem. So what do you think is the reason behind it?
See, as I've done holistic approach, so and you are also one of the holistic student, holistic nutrition student. So I would suggest you to go into the thought process that they are carrying, and what is that, you know, right, the kind of thoughts that we carry defines our health status.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so once you go deep down into the that, and if you can find out that one cause, and if you can work on that cause, that will help you a lot.
Yes, yes. And one last question.
Yeah.
So you mentioned him as a bachelor, right?
Yes.
So in bachelor life, he has to have lot of challenges in food point.
Yes, yes.
So how did you make him convince that
I didn't.
home food?
That's what I'm telling you, Sandhya. I didn't convince him at all. I said, you eat. You just eat. These are the good foods for you. Try to include these foods. The fruits, the vegetables, these kind of things. He himself got so motivated that no, I should I should have the home cooked food. That's it. No more outside food. That's the
Okay.
that's the change he has seen from himself. And the multiple episodes of the pain, the pain coming and going, and when he so the simple changes which he started making initially, including the high fiber foods and kind of things, itself has changed his perspective towards having home cooked foods.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So Neelam is asking, I guess. Can we give buttermilk to a uric acid patient? Yes, Neelam, we can give buttermilk, definitely. And also how horsegram. Horsegram, horsegram is something, horsegram water. I've taken this from one of the journal way back in 2016, 2015 and 16, and this horsegram does a lot of wonders, especially in high uric acid cases. So you just have to soak it overnight, and next day morning you just have to boil it a little and exclude the horsegram, and just that water, if you just drink that water in the morning as a wake up drink, this itself helps reducing the uric acid levels. So in many of my cases with high uric acid, where I've seen, and so where I've given this horsegram water has helped me a lot in my experience.
So this is one of the take home message for all of us.
Yes. Yes.
Drinking horsegram water in the morning.
Water. Yeah.
Okay, so extension of Sandhya Rani's questions. I have a couple of questions.
Yes, doctor.
So when we see patients, there will be a point when they start listening to us. They will come, of course. They listen to us. We give the diet, and whatever we talk, blah blah blah. Whatever they talk, blah blah blah. It happens, but they may not start immediately. But the act of coming to us itself is a great thing, because they have made the decision. So now, but when after they start with the half mind, full mind, or they might start 80%, 50%, or 25%, whatever, or they just do whatever they like in the given diet. But at one point, they realize, yes, this is working. That is where you get your client into your clutches.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
so, but for this to happen, a lot of conversation goes between client and the dietitian. So three important points you have mentioned in the holistic approach. That is, first, number one is observing the body.
Yes.
So what was the conversation between you and the client, and what were the results? What he actually observed, apart from the pains, like pains going away?
Yeah.
What are the observations that he made?
So actually, I have to tell, I'm like blessed to have this client, especially. So as I said, like gratitude, when I was explaining him the holistic practices and all, gratitude is something that seed was sown before by one of his friends, but it was not germinated. Okay, so when I've explained him this gratitude practices, then he followed it for a week or so, and then he started seeing the change that is happening. Like, what I have to say, he was more active and more refreshed, And one thing which I can say, as I said, he's a spiritual guy, but never done spiritual practices. But when I said you have to do detox for one day, so this will help us in flushing out the toxins, and makes you helps in increasing your energy levels and all. So what he said, ma'am, will I be able to do it or not? I said, just give it a try. It's just simple. uh, in a day, what all you have to take, I've given him. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to follow the entire day. Follow it to what extent you can do. Even if you are able to do it till post lunch or in the evening is also fine. But I said, just try, just give it a shot. So he said, okay, Monday. The spiritual thing which is already there, he said, Mondays are, I'm connected to Lord Shiva, so I want to do it only on Mondays.
Mhm.
I said, fine, Mondays. But I asked him, Mondays are, are the days for IT guys, especially Mondays are days where, they are the busiest day for them, if I have to say. They are busy with the meetings and calls and, the pending work, or all those things, connecting with the pending works and all. I said, ma'am, I want to give it a shot, as you are so confident about the process. Let me give it a shot. Then he followed one Monday. He started the whole day, and surprisingly, he followed it for the entire day, the whole day. It was
Great.
not just the half day. I was expecting he might follow till evening, somewhere around 6 or 7, but the entire day he followed this detox. And he said the changes that he has seen is like, he was not tired that day. He was able to take the calls, all the calls, and he was attending all the meetings without restlessness. Earlier, for Mondays are like, why this Monday has come, his attitude was like this. But now,
Monday
every
blues.
Monday, every Monday, he does the entire detox, the entire day he does the detox. He does it thoroughly. And when the toxins, obviously the toxins gets flushed out, and our energy levels increases, and our the brain activity also increases, and he is able to take all his calls and all his meetings, Monday meetings and everything. So this is how he has we have seen the changes.
Yeah, like observing the body in the same question, observing the body.
Body, yeah.
So, what he observed,
So
what were the techniques that he used or you used to observe the body?
techniques like, as I said, the one is pains. Apart from pains, the reduction his fat, the body percentage, his t-shirts were getting fitting in, he was getting fitting into his t-shirts. And the muscles which he wanted, he started noticing those muscles which were not, the cuts in the muscles. So he was slightly overweight. He was not completely obese category. He was slightly overweight, just the extra few
Yeah.
kilos. And when the weight loss transformation was happening, the muscle gain, he could see, literally he could see the cuts in his biceps and triceps
System.
and all. So these are the changes which he could make a difference.
And he
And
was
that's how he was
motivated.
understanding, yeah, that's how he was understanding the changes happening in his body. So there also,
And
doctor, one
mm,
point, there was a point where we had to increase the protein content for the, especially he wanted those cuts and all.
mm,
But he didn't wanted to use any kind of protein supplement. He
right,
wanted to do it only the
through
from the
diet.
diet, through diet. So increase, slightly high protein diet. I said, how do we meet up? So I asked him to make a protein powder out of pulses, like whole gram, green gram whole, and the black gram and all these things. Sprout them a little, just air dry them, and make a powder of it, and use this as a protein powder.
Okay.
He did this. Surprisingly, he did this with the help of his cook, of course, with the help of his cook. But he
Mm,
did this, and he used to make a note of every day how much amount of protein he was taking. So through this, this glass of water, this one glass of protein powder water, eggs, so many eggs, so many almonds, and this is the amount of almonds that I've taken. He used to note everything.
yeah,
That was the kind
the
of
Excel
dedication.
sheet.
Yeah, the
Excel
Excel.
sheet is making it. That is very good point. That is very dedicated. And same Richa also is asking the same question. I also wanted to ask the same question. What is the detox mechanism that you used for him?
So for him,
The Monday detox.
yeah, I have given him a raw food schedule where he can have everything. There is no all the I mean vegetables, fruits, dry fruits, liquids like buttermilk, milk, everything can be taken. Okay, but there is no cooked food.
Okay.
There is
It's
no
only
cooked food.
raw
It's only raw
fruits
fruits,
and vegetables.
vegetables, liquids, all kinds of liquids, buttermilk, lemon water, or orange juice, anything. And there is no I mean he should not feel hungry for that day.
Yeah.
If he's hungry for next another half an hour, or if example he has taken a bowl of fruits, if he can take, and next half an hour if he's feeling hungry, he can munch on almonds or any kind of dry fruits. There is no I mean he should not feel hungry for that day. For the entire day he can take anything, but not in a cooked form. So that is how I've done the detox thing.
And how he expressed his
Thank
gratitude.
you for answering, Mayuri.
Okay.
So
How he expressed his gratitude.
So gratitude is something we I mean this is something amazing technique where everyone has to follow. Morning, like in the morning, once he wakes up, he used to write. I mean for all the people he likes, I mean whatever the thankfulness he had, he used to write it in a paper, in a book. He used to maintain a book, proper journal, and he used to write it everything once he wakes up from the bed, once before going to the bed. And at times he feel like he also in the between, like during the daytime also, he used to convey whenever he feel like this is the point where I have to convey my gratitude. He takes out the book and he used to write that. So that's how I asked him to follow the gratitude, so he used to follow that. And few self-acceptance affirmations. So accepting himself. So few affirmations are there. So once those affirmations also, if you can journal them in a book, then going in deep down into the subconscious mind and taking out those roots is very important. So I'm not so generally people have thought process of like I'm not good enough, or I can't do this or anything. So taking out that from the subconscious mind happens only when we write it multiple times.
So self-acceptance is writing about himself also.
Yes.
Like what is
there are few affirmations.
What okay.
What
There
are few
were
affirmations.
Can you
So
mention
affirmations are like for him the self-acceptance is more important. So I asked him to write, I accept myself unconditionally. So this was the statement I've given him. So he used to write this daily.
And by writing that repeatedly, has he come across, like has he evolved
started
from that point to any?
Yes. He from there, earlier he was like, he always used to think, I think this is not my body, something like that. I'm not this kind of guy. In college, that's how I used to be. I used to be like rocking, and authoritative and everything. But what happened to my body now? Why am I getting these pains? Why am I, I'm supposed to get it somewhere around 60s or 70s, but I'm getting it now. Because he doesn't know the actual reason of why this, how this uric acid is causing him these pains and all. So he was not liking the kind of the body was, the state of body it was. So once he started accepting the things, and as I said, he was also more inclined towards the politics. He was always working, and anything which is going wrong, he could not accept that again. Definitely he wants to come into the politics and change the things, but even before coming to that, he feels that I have to change myself at certain point of time. That's where this holistic practices has helped him.
Okay, great. That is really nice. And yeah, observing the body, self-acceptance and gratitude practice. These are the three things I wanted to ask, and you answered that. Any more questions, anybody?
Mayuri,
Yes,
I just want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Great work, wonderful. And of course, I would say that you are blessed with such a dedicated client who would maintain each and every detail about whatever you are asking him to do. That is really it's a blessing to have such clients, definitely.
True.
I just want to know.
Yes,
Yeah,
Richa.
I just want to know, how did you make him self-observant? Like for observing, like you said that you asked him to be more conscious, like be more observant about his body and the changes that are coming into his body. So how did you make him understand his body more?
So as I said, I'm blessed to have this client. I didn't have to ask him any question. He himself used to come and used to share with me, ma'am, I've seen this difference in myself. Ma'am, I've seen this difference in myself. So coming to the body, so and as I said, so as you are asking about the body, I say like the holistic consultation, which almost used to last for about 1.5 hours. During this conversation, explaining the things, like uh, when we identify the thought process and the thought patterns which they are carrying, and if we explain them, like these are the areas where you need to address, that itself make them understand that you're okay, how I have to take care of my body and all, it automatically comes.
Okay. So Heathal
Great,
has,
great. Thank you.
okay, so Heathal has some suggestion here. It's an inflammatory disease, so you can focus on sugars and processed foods for vegetarians along with the holistic approach, and also refined or simple carbs can also increase uric acid. So you can give more complex carbohydrates.
Yeah. So Samatha on Facebook is asking, ma'am, does being on raw food completely or a day helps us in cutting down inflammation in the body? So, Samatha, I've introduced the raw food for when he moved into the weight loss transformation. So that's where I've introduced the raw food. So before the high uric acid levels, the inflammation which was there at that point of time, I haven't given him the raw diet. I was emphasizing more on balanced diet at that point of time, with high fiber and good liquids, and a slightly moderate protein diet. And the raw diet has come into the picture only when he moved on to the weight loss transformation.
So Supriya is asking, can we add salt in that, in the detox, probably detox diet?
Salt, I would say yes, you can add if you feel that it, I mean, if you want that a little, if you're missing out the taste. But if you don't add, it is a lot more beneficial if you don't add. But I'll just go with the client. In my case, I won't say that you should have this, you should not have that. So I'll the broad skeleton of the diet will be given for when it comes to the detox. If they are able to do it completely without the salt, I'm well and happy. If they want to include salt, I would give the restriction of the salt, and then I mean, very very less amount of salt in the diet, and they can take it.
Any
So
other
Mayuri, how
feedback?
frequently do you change the diet for him? Now that he is on the weight loss journey, how frequently do you change the diet for him?
So it's again, Richa, it depends on the target that he used to have. So earlier it was 78. From 78, it used to be the frequent follow-ups used to be like every 15 days to 20 days. Then it moved on to 1 month. It was like
So
Okay,
monthly.
that's good.
how
That's
much
really
Monthly.
time it how much time it took for the total transformation?
From August to 2019 to if I have to say 2020 yeah, December.
Okay.
December. So more than a year.
Yes. Great.
So
Great.
he was a person who was never in a hurry. He said, let the transformation happen. If it is slow, okay, I'm okay with that, but let the transformation happen. So he was like slow and steady, but he was gradual changes in all areas. He used to take, all the areas, and he used to work on each and every aspect, and then used to move on to the next level kind of thing. So he was not in a hurry kind of thing. He was never in a hurry. So that's what I'm telling. I'm touchwood. I was really blessed to have this client. And
He has very good attitude.
yes.
One question I have, Mayuri.
Yes,
So
Tanvi.
you said this client is a big aspirant of politics, and we all know that politics means we have to, get gelled with the different mouths and different opinions there.
Yes, yes.
So what is his opinion now about politics, and what kind of change he see himself when things go wrong? So earlier he used to be very aggressive and he's not tolerant, right?
Yes, yes.
So now what is the change in that matter?
Okay, Sandhya, he's not totally into the politics. He follows a lot of politics. That's one thing. And now he's like, he's now his current attitude is, changes will happen only when there is a right person. So I'm the right person. I'll get into the politics and I'll make those changes.
Okay, that's actually a very good change in himself.
Yes, yes.
Making
No,
himself change for
yeah.
change to happen outside.
Yes, yes. His attitude is like that now. Earlier it was like, if something goes wrong on the politics, oh, what is this happened, that this is that this and all. But now, no, when I am able to change, obviously I'll be able to change the other persons. So that's how his attitude is now.
Great. That's really something. You must be writing that.
Yes, doctor. So and now, like after 2020, in 2021 he had an episode of corona, and he then he gained slightly weight, and now he wants, now in the month of March or something, he has suffered with corona, and recently has taken his vaccine in the month of at the end of the June, like 3 months have over, then he has taken his vaccine. And during this time he was lot of lethargy and not able to do any kind of physical activity. And this again he has gained few kgs. He came, where he was like 70, he was maintaining his weight somewhere around between 70 and 72. Now he is around 75. Now, like 2 days back when I spoke to him, like, I'm going to present your case with your permission, then he said okay for this. And he also shared, ma'am, actually I've gained weight, I thought of calling you, but I know what I have to do initially, so let me do this, and then for the next level I'll come to you. This is what he has shared with me. So the
Good.
nutrition education and the constant follow-up and all.
Awareness, constant follow-up. Yeah. So any more and any more questions?
Yeah, we
How
are
much you charged for the entire year?
charged. So here for me, more than money, it was more of satisfaction. So for each consultations, somewhere and it used to be like 1,500. So I used to charge him per consultation. So for 1 month, it was like that. So
Okay.
and at times I was not charging also. I was
Yeah,
more
of course.
satisfied with the results and all, and I used to waive off the consultation charges at times.
Okay.
But he's a person who's like, no, you deserve it, and he used to give me the amount at times. So more than money, it was, the satisfaction which I got through this case.
Yes, of course. True. And he made a lot of changes in his life, and
Yes.
maybe we see him as a future politician.
Yeah, hopefully.
Doing the development, societal development, and making society a good place to live in. I have one question to Dr. Suresh, if he is there, Dr. Suresh Kumar.
So Dr. Suresh Kumar is the person who has laid this foundation of holistic perspective in me.
Yeah, ma'am, I am here.
So the legacy.
You can show yourself. Salt and pepper is suiting you very well.
I think my camera is dead. I had a session.
Okay.
And
I gave you such a nice compliment. So I just wanted to know, you are the initiator of holistic approach, and you've been training so many dietitians at the past so many years. When we write the gratitude, should we write only on paper, or can we do it in the mobile,
verbally?
in the mobile, as as we have our notes?
Yes, you can do that, doctor.
And also,
What do you say, Dr. Suresh?
It is more effective if you are writing it on paper, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
Say for example,
Do
mobile,
we?
and say for example, if we type passwords, right? We type passwords on mobile or computer. That also can be an affirmation or gratitude.
Yes, yes.
So,
Yeah,
and
you
your
mentioned that.
screensaver on
Mm,
mobile or laptop, right?
mm,
That also, like every time you go to your screen and you see something and you feel good, and it need not be conscious thing, but subconsciously is it is getting programmed. But to do certain things, it is always more effective if you put paper and pen.
okay.
The distance between where you are and where you want to be is the distance between your paper and pen. That's what I keep telling my students.
Okay.
And
True.
that's what I follow.
True. True. Always
Uh,
paper and pen, of course.
yes.
And uh, one more thing I wanted to ask you. Yeah, this technique of making passwords as your affirmations are really good. You have mentioned this, I think, earlier in
Yes,
I think copy,
biohacks.
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 It's very good. Since then, I'm following the same.
Yes.
Thank you.
And living in the
And by the
present.
way, I'm not the teacher of holistic nutrition, ma'am. Everything is Mamata. I'm just a voice.
Okay,
I'm just a channel.
you are the mic.
Yeah, I am the mic. The voice is
and
coming from there.
Okay.
and we are the followers.
So when will Mamata will give us a good talk on Tea Talks Tuesday?
And that's
Maybe
a
this.
$1 million
The
question,
question.
ma'am.
Good.
So what I've learned from Mamta ma'am is, it's everything in our thoughts, and how we look into that. If it is any scenario or anything, how we look at that. If you see that as, it's not going to happen, it will not happen for your lifetime. If
Hmm.
you want, yes, this might happen and let me give a try, then everything happens. And living in the present moment is more important. So living in present moment is very important. And what I would say is, human body, like what I've heard all the time from Dr. Suresh is, every body is unique. Your body is unique for yourself, my body is unique for myself. Everyone has a unique body, and it has unique capacity to show the wonders. So try to look what are those wonders, rather than, looking into what I can't, or, focusing on, what I can't. So even I consider as like eyes and ears can do the dual purpose. Eyes can
Hmm.
see, eyes can hear. At the same time, ears can see and ears can hear. So my suggestion is, don't give the work of seeing to your ears. Always give the work to the eyes. Leave it, just leave it that.
Yes. So one poet has actually told this. My ears, my ears can see, and my eyes can hear.
Here.
I
That's
don't remember the poet now. And as you said, ad bhavam tad bhavati.
Bhavati.
That is whatever our thoughts. That's how we are. And especially for nutritionists and dietitians, it goes what you eat and what you that's what you are. So it's a very nice presentation, and we have some really good take-home messages. And invariably, by default, all these things happen with client private practitioners. We all do these kind of things, and it may not be the same with everyone. It keeps changing with each client because each person is unique. And of course, human body is a wonderful device that we have with us. So the take-home messages today are horse gram water found to be effective with this case study, and Mayuri has other proofs as well to show that horse gram water can reduce uric acid in people who are having high purines. And then practicing gratitude and self-observance and self-acceptance. These three things are very, very important. It's not only for client, but for all, also for us, for all of us. So that is a great message that we are taking today. So thank you so much, Mayuri. And we see
Thank you,
you on
Doctor.
next Tuesday.
See you all next Tuesday, same
Next
time, same
Tuesday.
place.
Yes.
Bye for today.
Bye bye.